Login accepted.
Hey guys, this is Freddy, and in today's video I'm going to discuss how to add a Windows 10 trial into a virtual machine using Virtualbox. So this is good if you just want to play around with settings, if you're testing the environment, or in my case for giving a demo video. So the first thing we're going to do is download Virtualbox. So we're going to go to virtualbox.org. And you're going to download the VirtualBox for your machine, and you can download it for Windows, for OS 10, Macs, and for Linux. So choose your operating system. In my case, I'm going to run VirtualBox on a Mac, so I'm going to go ahead and click on OS 10 hosts. Click on Save File, save it where you want to save it, and it's going to go ahead and download. Once it's done downloading, I'm going to go ahead and click on it to open the file. Now you'll get the nice VirtualBox installation screen. So the first thing you want to do is double click the package. So it's just giving you a warning, letting you know it's going to install an application. Hit continue. Click on continue. Click on install. And then of course it asks you for your password and username, and then hit return or click on the install software. Once it tells you that the installation was successful, you can go ahead and click close, and then it asks you, do you want to keep the installer or do you want to move it to the trash? I'm just going to move it to the trash because I don't need it anymore. There's also a user manual and an uninstall tool if you want to uninstall it. So here, number 2, you want to double click, open up your applications folder, and then from here you want to click on VirtualBox. You want to double click on VirtualBox to launch it. You can also click and drag it to your dock. So I'm just going to go ahead and close out of all these windows here. Minimize that. You're also going to need to download the Windows 10 Enterprise Trial. You can do a search here for Windows 10 Trial, and you want to make sure you go to the Microsoft website, which is right here. So you can see it's Microsoft.com, the eval center, evaluate Windows 10 Enterprise. Once you click on that and you get the Microsoft web page, here's where you can sign up to download the ISO for the Enterprise version. And you're going to need to, you hit continue, enter in your information, hit continue. If it asks you to log in, you'll do that as well, and then it'll give you the link to download. I've already downloaded it, so you might want to pause the video here while you wait for the download. It will take some time depending on your internet. It is about 4.5 gigabytes in size, so that could take 20 minutes or less or more depending on your internet connection. So once you get that download, you can go ahead and close out of that window. And I'm going to launch Virtualbox. And now we want to create a new virtual machine. So we're going to click on New. I'm going to name it just Win10 for Windows 10. It already selected Windows 10 64-bit. If it didn't, that's what you're going to go ahead and do. Unless you downloaded the 32-bit version, you get to choose that when you download the trial. I downloaded 64-bit because I'm running a 64-bit operating system. I'm going to allocate a little more RAM than the 2 gig default. I'll choose somewhere around 3 gig and then hit continue. I'm going to create a virtual disk now. I'll leave it as a VirtualBox disk image. Hit continue. Choose dynamically allocated. Hit continue. Now, since this is just a test environment, I'm not going to keep this and run it all the time. I'm not going to allocate the full 50 gig. I'll choose around, I'm going to choose 25 gig and then hit create. Now that our virtual machine is created, we have to point it to that ISO file that we downloaded. So we'll click on settings, click on storage, and now, so we're going to select the empty CD drive, click on this little CD icon here, choose the virtual optical disk drive file, click open, click OK, click start. Now the Windows 10 install will begin. Now the Windows 10 setup screen will come up. Choose your language. Keyboard is US. And hit next. And then I'm going to choose install now. So you have to accept the license terms if you want to use Windows. Click next. What type of installation do you want? Upgrade, install Windows and keep file settings. Custom, install Windows only. Because this is a fresh install, we're going to choose the custom install. This is the 25 gig drive that we created. So we're going to select the drive and we'll click next. And now it'll go through its install process. I'm going to go ahead and speed up the video. The install process will take a little longer, so once you get past the finishing up on the video, you might want to pause it and wait for your system to catch up. So now Windows will reboot, and once it reboots, you'll see a message, press any key to boot from CD or DVD. You don't want to press any key because we want it to boot from the system, not from the ISO file. So just leave it alone, let it do its thing. So here I'm going to super fast forward. Just to get through this, it should reboot one more time in the middle of this process, and then it should come up to Cortana. Next, we come to the welcome screen, and Cortana is here to help us get started. You can actually use your voice or the keyboard. And if you want her to stay quiet, you can select the microphone. All right, so we start with what region we're in. I'm in the US here, so I'll leave that. So I'll click yes. I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to disable voice control just because I don't want it to misconstrue anything that I say. US keyboard, I'll click on yes. Want to add a second keyboard layout? No, I'll skip that. Now we need to sign in with a Microsoft account. You don't actually have to. You don't actually have to sign in with your Microsoft account. You can actually click domain join instead. So this will keep it local. Since it's a trial version, we don't want to actually sign into the trial version using your Microsoft account. So we'll go ahead and click on the domain account. What name do you want to use? Enter in a password. Confirm the password. Create security questions. So I'm just going to fly through these. I'm not even going to justify them with correct answers. Now Cortana is asking for permission. I'm going to go ahead and click decline. And no to activity history. Now these are some privacy settings you can turn on and off. So we have online speech recognition, if we want to use that. Find my device, I'm going to go ahead and turn that off. No, you don't need my data. No advertising ID, you don't need my location. No diagnostic data, no tailored experiences. And no voice data for you. So I'm going to select no, no, no to everything. And now Windows will do some more things in the background as it continues setting it up. I'm going to super fast forward this part. And now that brings us to the Windows desktop, and it's ready to be used. And that's all there is to it. Until next time, this is Freddy signing off.